What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And today we have a 2000 model Grand Marquis, same thing as the Crown Vic. And we're going to be doing water pump, tensioner, and idler. We do have it draining. I'll have it as I can see. That is on the driver's side, but we're draining the coolant, and then we're going to be taking all this off. So, pretty easy to do this job. It's not super hard, but before you take your belt off, break these loose if you do not have like a electric ratchet or something. Make it easier on you. These are 10 millimeters. We got all the parts over here. Excuse my toolbox, it is a mess. New belt. Duralast from AutoZone, not a sponsor, so we're using 915 key 6. Idler pulley 231107. Tensioner assembly 305291. And then here is your water pump. BWP-9144. But I'm gonna let this drain, and then we'll start pulling the tensioner and belt and stuff off. But I'm gonna break these loose first. Coolant's about stopped draining, and I took out 3 of these, broke them loose, just 10 millimeter. Took them the rest of the way out. Leave one in there, that way you can keep a little bit of tension on here so it doesn't flop around on you with the belt tension. So you can see how dirty this is. We are going to clean all this up. But got just a ratchet. You're going to pull down to the driver's side. See if I can do this one-handed. You will need just a little bit of an extension, just because of the way the tensioner is made right there. And then there's the belt. It's destroying the belt because there's stuff all over it. I mean, this belt is super pliable, and it shouldn't be that rubbery. So that right there. And I'm going to go ahead and take this last one off. Stay in there. Just try not to drop it. There's that. Here is your water pump, and there was coolant coming out of the weep hole right here. I know you can't really see it, but there is a weep hole right on top. Then we got bolts. We got 1, 2, 3. I think 4. I think there's 4 bolts. Let me pull the new one out and look at it just to make sure. So this way you can get a better view of what it actually looks like. Here's your weep hole. Goes in just like that. 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. So then, like I said, that's your belt. We get a 13 millimeter, and we are going to break that loose. I don't know what the torque specs are. Oh yeah, you can hear she sounds rough. You know, we are going to clean all this up too, because this thing is disgusting. Come on. Yeah, hear that? She sounds rough. I'm just going to sit everything on the floor. Then to get your tensioner out, looks like it's just one 10 millimeter right there, and may be able to fit this down in there. See if I can get my hand down in here. She's a little tight still, but I think we can get it. That's your tensioner. And you can see where something's been rubbing this timing cover. That was a little, can't really see it, but right here, something's been rubbing it pretty good to where it's wearing into it. And probably this right here or the belt. So, good thing we're changing this. keep your bolts. Put that in there as well. So before I put on the tensioner and stuff, I'm actually going to take the water pump off. I got 3 bolts out. Just got to do the last one on the top. That's what your bolts look like. And sometimes you can wiggle these out. Sometimes they do not come out so easy. I'm going to give me a rubber mallet and tap on it. There's our water pump. This one seems to have had silicone all the way around it. And I do have a drain pan down underneath there to catch all that. Shouldn't be much in there just because we did drain all the coolant out. But now I'm going to clean all this up. Alright, before I clean this off really good, I'm going to put the water pump in first. That way we don't get any like purple power and stuff inside. Just remember, the weep hole goes up top. Put a little bit of lube around the O-ring. Sometimes they come with the O-ring already on them. Sometimes they don't. Just kind of keep that in mind. And there we go. Turn it just a hair. Make sure we get them lined up. Let me line it up a little bit and then I'll bring y'all back. Got them in there, now we're going to torque them down. 22 foot-pounds is what it recommends. Come on. Come on, get on there. And then one more on the bottom. Let me do that bottom one real quick. Got it on there, I'm gonna double check it. Okay. Come on, get back off. Alright, there we go. Get that on. Now I'm just gonna clean it all up. I'm just going to spray it down with some purple power, let it sit for a few, and then we'll wash it off. Okay, got everything cleaned up. Looks a lot better, clean. Yeah, didn't make a little bit of a mess in the floor with the water, but hey, it's a shop. We can clean it out, not a big deal. But it does look a lot better. Now, when you go to put this on, there is that little nipple right there. You can put that in that little hole right there on the top right. Right there. Goes in there. And everything that I am doing torques from 18 to 22 foot-pounds. So I'm going to 22. Just me, I'd rather be on the little bit higher end. That way we know it's good. And with it being old bolts, you can never be too sure. I know they're not torque to yield or any of that stuff, but I'd like to go at least mid to higher. So put this in, and then we're going to torque it down. Get y'all sitting at a weird angle just so I can show y'all. Me putting this on. I'm just going to try to start it just for the time being. Come on, get in there. It's hard to do it one-handed. I'm trying to hold y'all with the other one to keep y'all from falling. Okay. I think I got y'all now. I'm gonna run it in with my electric and ratchet. Okay. Should be good to go. You can see that one a lot better. Now we're going to do the idler, which is right here. Got that on. Now we're going to put the belt on. Like I said, I don't have this torqued down yet. We're going to wait till we put the new belt on just so we can have a little bit of tension on it so I can tighten it down. So let me wrap the belt on. Then we're going to, I cleaned out this a little bit too. I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to open the petcock valve and I'm going to flush this out with some water to try to clean that up because it is still really dirty in there, and you just want to try to get any of that like build up and stuff out that you can. Just be careful because it can clog up a radiator or heater core. Alright, so I flushed it right here, let it come out of the drain valve just until I had clear water running out, and I did it probably 4 or 5 times until like I just kept filling it until it just ran out clear. Got the belt on. I will put up a belt diagram now. But that way everybody has that so you know which way it goes on. Even though this top one is a smooth pulley, the belt does go on top. Just to let y'all know. No, normally that would be a groove pulley, but this one is a smooth one. So I'm gonna put some coolant in here. Try to set y'all up to where y'all can see this. This is concentrate, so I do have to mix it with some water. That last little bit was some water I put in there. Now I'm going to go crank it up, let it come down, and then I'm going to let it warm up and just fill it up once the thermostat light opens up. We just got back from a test drive. Everything is going good. Do not mind the temp gauge. It does not work. It stays right there. I just hooked up my scanner and monitored temperatures as I was driving. Once it got to about 215, thermostat opens up till it gets to about 198. Then it closes back, and then it hovers around about 205, 202, somewhere around there. But I took it on probably about a 5-6 mile test drive, and we are doing good. She does drive good. She is doing that. I turned the heat on right here, turned it on just to make sure that everything was good to go on it as well. You just want to make sure that the heat is working good. It's coming out of vents hot. I'll do it on all vents, you know. I try defrost face and feet, and then make sure just everything works. But everything's torqued, everything looks good. If y'all got any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comment section. We'll get to it as soon as possible, I promise. I know it's been taking me a couple days to get to it, but I've been having a lot more comments lately because I am getting more subscribers, which I do appreciate everybody who subscribes. I am pushing the 9,000 mark at the moment, and hopefully I'll get that 10K mark. Once we get that 10K mark, I will do a giveaway as well, and we'll see once we get there what I will give away. But like I said, do appreciate all the likes, subscribes, comments, the thumbs up, all that stuff. It has helped me grow a good bit. And like I said, if y'all got anything, hit me up on Instagram and get that a little bit quicker. And don't have to be just about one of these, but any kind of car. I'll try to help y'all out about anything. But y'all remember, torque this tight. Y'all have a great day.